Okay, I was gonna have a little fun with this last poem. Does anyone here write haiku? Does anyone know what haiku is? I bet you don't know what it is. I'm gonna read the fun. What is it? Okay, what's it about? Ooh, I like that. Sometimes I follow the syllables, sometimes I don't follow syllables. I'm educated a little bit in where it came from. It's the oldest form of poetry we know alive today. And it came from the 13th century in Japan. And we know it as syllables, but in Japan it's actually onji, which is sound symbols. So example of sound symbol is like I has one sound. So if I say I has one sound, end has two sounds, but it's one syllable. So that's where it comes from. But do you guys know David here? I hired the David man right here. You know what these things are? These are called tablas. They're from India, right? Okay. And he's my master. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do call response haiku. It's like an ancient form because I think haiku, originally was a parlor game, maybe even a drinking game or something. but it's like long travels of maybe the samurai warrior or poet wandering out there, and they had certain things. Okay, so I'm gonna read a haiku, and then I'm gonna give it to him, and he's gonna interpret it on the tablas for a minute, and he'll do like keep it within 17 tabla beats, right? Right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so here's the first one. I couldn't tell if I couldn't tell if her eyes were green pastures or wounds soaked in fresh lime. Across the field, right past the open gate, a neat yellow hole. Someone pissed in the snow. Imagination, the strength you were given at birth to break limits. Can I do it?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay, kind of edit this version. I'm going to take a risk. Let's see if it's proper, okay? And then I'll do one more after that, one of my favorite old school ones, okay? The meaning of true trust. Two cannibals French kissing. Okay, this last one is an adaptation from there were like three haiku masters back in the 13th century. There was Bashu and Bukan and Issa. And Issa was a guy I always imagine he lived out in Chico, and all he talked about was like bugs and snails and all kinds, but he was like kind of the funny guy. Okay, so this is one of his. Okay. Snail, you climb Mount Fuji slowly. You got excited. Give it for David.